Nuts are one of nature's most nutrient-dense foods. Packed with unsaturated fats, protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals like magnesium and vitamin E, they've been shown to support heart health, reduce inflammation, and even aid in weight management when eaten in moderation. Dark chocolate, especially the kind with high cocoa content, offers powerful antioxidants such as flavonoids, which can improve blood flow, lower blood pressure, and help protect cells from oxidative stress. But when these two wholesome ingredients are fused together inside a commercial candy bar, their natural benefits are buried under layers of sugar, palm oil, emulsifiers, and marketing spin. What you're left with isn't a healthy treat. It's a dessert dressed up in wellness language, and for your body, it's anything but friendly. The food industry loves to exploit healthy-sounding ingredients. A little dark chocolate here, a handful of nuts there, add a flashy label like energy bar or contains antioxidants, and suddenly you've got a product that seems like a responsible snack. But when you take a closer look at what actually goes into these nut and chocolate bars, the truth is a lot uglier. A typical candy bar with nuts and chocolate can contain 20 to 30 grams of sugar, which is about 5 to 7 teaspoons, close to or even exceeding the daily recommended sugar intake in a single hit. On top of that, many of these bars are held together with syrups, corn syrup solids, or glucose-fructose blends that rapidly spike blood sugar and contribute to insulin resistance when consumed regularly. The fat content, too, is problematic. While nuts themselves contain healthy fats, the overall fat profile of a candy bar is far from clean. Manufacturers often use processed oils like palm kernel oil or hydrogenated fats to keep the chocolate smooth and shelf-stable. These industrial oils are cheap, calorie-dense, and lacking in nutritional value. They also raise LDL, bad, cholesterol, and lower HDL, good, cholesterol, adding to your cardiovascular risk. So, while the nuts may have started off healthy, they end up soaked in a matrix of unhealthy fats and sugars that turn them from superfood to saboteur. Let's not forget about the portion size and ease of overconsumption. A few raw almonds and a square of dark chocolate can be a smart and satisfying snack. But a full-size candy bar? That's a calorie bomb disguised as a treat. Many people assume that because a product contains nuts and dark chocolate, it must be more filling or better for you. But these bars are engineered to be hyper-palatable, sweet enough to light up your brain's reward system, and fatty enough to feel indulgent, all while being small enough that you'll still be hungry afterward. This makes them dangerously easy to overeat, often as part of a mindless snacking habit rather than intentional nourishment. The health halo surrounding these bars is one of the biggest issues. Words like protein, energy, and natural ingredients are slapped on wrappers to imply healthfulness, but the ingredients list tells a different story. In many cases, the bar contains more sugar than protein, more refined carbs than fiber, and more processed filler than whole food. Yet consumers reach for them thinking they're making a better choice, a snack upgrade from candy, when in fact, they're just eating candy with a fancier label. This false sense of security leads people to incorporate these bars into their daily routines without realizing the long-term metabolic consequences. That's the real danger, not the occasional candy bar, but the normalization of candy masquerading as health food. When you regularly eat high-sugar, high-fat bars under the illusion of making a smart choice, it contributes to a slow but steady deterioration of your metabolic health. The insulin spikes, the extra fat storage, the liver strain from excessive fructose, all of it adds up. And because the damage is incremental, it's easy to overlook until the symptoms appear. Fatigue, weight gain, high triglycerides, creeping blood sugar levels, and eventually chronic conditions like type 2 diabetes or heart disease. Even bars marketed as low sugar or keto-friendly often come with their own problems. Sugar alcohols and artificial sweeteners may blunt the blood sugar spike, but they can still disrupt your gut microbiome, trigger cravings, and cause digestive distress in many people. And while sugar-free bars might sound like a win, they still usually contain the same processed fats and calorie counts, just swapped for chemicals your body doesn't always know how to handle properly. At the end of the day, combining nuts and chocolate isn't inherently bad. In their pure forms, both can be enjoyable and beneficial. But the way the modern food industry has packaged and marketed this combination is misleading at best and harmful at worst. A square of 85% dark chocolate and a handful of almonds? That's a snack, A factory-made, shelf-stable bar loaded with sugars, binders, emulsifiers, and cheap fats? That's a dessert pretending to be good for you. It's time to stop confusing candy with nourishment. The next time you're tempted by a chocolate and nut bar in flashy packaging promising fuel or natural energy, flip it over and read the label. Ask yourself, is this really food? Or is it another cleverly disguised sugar bomb that's wearing a healthy disguise? Because while your taste buds might be fooled, your body isn't, and the consequences of these little choices accumulate. What seems like a harmless treat today could be part of a pattern that slowly eats away at your health. Don't fall for the illusion. Know the difference and protect yourself from a food industry that banks on your confusion.